build your brand through social strength. The PowerHouse Podcast.
You need to evolve in your business or you're screwed, period.
Find what you need to grow your business.
Don't try to do everything because you want to be the hero.
Feel your fire to be a boss.
You want somebody that is really going to give you constructive feedback or look at you and say, you know what, you're being an idiot right now. You need to figure it out.
This is the PowerHouse Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the PowerHouse Podcast, where we build your brand through social strength. As always, we got Travis, Corey, and me, Todd. Today, we are with
Sandra Weber.
Sandra Weber, a local, would you say massage therapist?
That's the easiest way to go about it, yes.
How would you describe it?
I'll take it from there.
How would you describe it?
I would describe it as more of a clinical approach to bodywork.
Oh, please explain that.
Yeah.
Yes. So basically clinical meaning very highly trained in the anatomy to know how to apply manual applications of therapy to help benefit chronic pain.
Wow.
Ooh.
That sounds like good.
All right, so you
An
go.
educated approach to massage.
So you have a massage school you go to.
Yes, you have
And
to
then-
be licensed.
Yep. And then what happens after that? What did you do different after that to
Right.
separate you from just
The average massage
The average
therapist,
massage
yes.
therapist.
And there are many great ones out there. I always tell people I would never say you can't go here or there and not get a good massage, because people go into this for different reasons. Some people go into massage because they love people and they love to make them feel good and they're great at it. I went into massage for the clinical aspect, to be able to provide people with relief from chronic pain, to give them a true answer for why they hurt. So with getting my license, which is what I have to have the license to touch, just getting that license isn't enough. Just like any industry you go into, you can get your license or your certification to be able to do what you do, but you want to learn more to be the best at it and to have the most available to offer the people you're dealing with. So on top of my licensure, I got certifications in further anatomy training that gives me a broader scope to watch the body, to see how people move, to understand the patterns that are present when someone hurts somewhere. So being able to be trained in a deeper anatomy knowledge is what makes me different than most massage therapists.
So let's say somebody comes in. Do you watch them? You watch them walk. You watch them move. So you're looking at it from a kinesthetic standpoint.
Correct.
Nice.
So I treat people in different ways, because some people are just on maintenance. Some people are healthy. Some people are gym rats like myself, and they just need some good maintenance care. They need to be decompressed. They need to chill out for a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of my clients are like, I come here to feel good, obviously, but I come here because I'm locked into a room for an hour, 2 hours, whatever, and I leave my phone in the car. People can't get a hold of me, and so it's very good for them, for their
Nice
nervous
escape.
system.
Yeah.
And so those people I treat that way. They just want good body work, and I
Right.
give them great body work. Other people come to me, it's probably half and half. They come to me because I have had a shoulder issue. I've gone to chiropractic, I've gone to PT, I hear that all the time. Or I've had surgery and it helped for a little while and I still hurt. So with what I do then is I start to break down the body. I do start to watch them move. I find out what their habits are of life, because most of the time chronic pain comes from habits of how we use our body, not an acute injury, a car accident, a fall, or something like that. So I start to break all those components down, see what's contributing to it, and then also try to educate them on movement and how to work that domino effect backwards for however they got there.
Wow. So you're an entrepreneur,
Yes.
right? So you started, when was it again? By yourself?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. So you've obviously grown, got more clients. Are you like do you have a brick and mortar, or do
Yes.
you go
Yes.
to,
I have an office in Ballantyne.
wow, do you just rent it out, or you just have
I rent a space.
wow,
Yep.
that's awesome. So
Yeah.
people can just come to you. You don't have to
Yes.
go to, do you do house calls though?
I used to do that in the beginning, and some people, very few people actually do that, because number one, it's a lot to lug a table around.
That's true.
And
yeah.
you're talking about 3 hours time of investment for one client, driving here and there. So
Yep.
you can only get so many clients in a day.
That's true.
And so I don't do that anymore. Like on a rare occasion with one of my regulars, if they had surgery or a child or something like that, I'll of course make an exception for them and go to them, but not on a regular basis.
So to follow up question is, so it made you kind of get a brick and mortar, which is, I feel like, scary for an entrepreneur, because it's just
Sure.
more bills, more this, more
Yeah,
that. So
absolutely.
like, what was your thought process, and what were you kind of being like, listen, I got to do this and just do it, and just,
So I was on staff at Ballantyne Resort, and I love to tell this story because I didn't leave for a bad reason. It was a great place to work. I learned a lot there. It was a great, place to work for, but especially in my industry, nights and weekends are cake. That's where they want you. That's where you got to be. And I have 2 children. They're getting older, athletes. They're going to go to college soon. And I was just missing everything. I mean, nights and weekends and holidays, that's just where they want you. And you'd have no choice. You have no choice. So, and it was hard to walk away because I was very well taken care of. You're compensated based on performance. I had a very good following. So I didn't have to worry. I walk in the door and everything's there. You know, hotel discounts, and health insurance, all the jazzy stuff. But obviously family's more important. So my daughter is a senior this year. So rewind a couple of years, I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I'm missing too much. So that pushed me out. That pushed me to make the decision. And it is scary because, especially in my industry, it's very difficult for a massage therapist to make a full-time living doing what I do, which is another thing that separates me is you can't just be a massage therapist and do this. You have to be a business owner. So if you don't have all those components working together, it's not going to work. A lot of massage therapists have the idea they want to work on their own because obviously that's the best concept. I mean, to be your own boss, to have your own hours, all that stuff.
Sure.
But they don't have either the background in entrepreneurial things or the willingness to learn how to do that and the perseverance, because everyone thinks I'm just going to show up because I'm really good at what I do. I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do.
Yeah.
But if you're not ready to be 24/7 at running the business and all of the components that go with that, it doesn't matter how good you are at the hands-on stuff. It's not going to work.
That's so true.
So where are you in Ballantyne?
I am right across the street from the new Elevation Church, where that Harris Teeter just closed down. I'm in that little office complex in the back.
Fantastic. And then I always love hearing this or talking to entrepreneurs about this. What inspired you to get into this profession in the first place?
Absolutely. I was an athlete as well. I was a volleyball player. So being healthy was always on my radar. Getting the body where it needs to be was on my radar. But I was also very sick as a child, had asthma really bad. And I wasn't able to do a lot of athletic things as a child. So going through that experience, as a lot of people do, I wanted to be involved in some way helping people, because you get that desire once you felt sick and you felt bad and you've gotten recovery from that, you want to help others get that. So that was always there. I have a lot of history in my family of nursing industry, so that was kind of my first thought. But then life happens and family happens and all that. And so I lived in Tennessee before we came back here. And we came back here in 2008 and the market crashed. My husband's self-employed as well, by the way. So, I'm starting, okay, plan B, what am I going to do now? So that in just a life event actually spurred me on to make this decision. A friend of ours, we were at a cookout one day and he was laying on the floor because his back was out. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but my dad had a bad back when I was growing up, so I can smash on you a little bit and see if I can help you. And I did. And he was like, Sandra, I get a massage once a month, and that was like as good or better than her. So I'm like, let me think about that one. Because that would give me the outlet to what I've always wanted to do, to help people. And it gives me, I've always thought in the back of my head I wanted to be on my own, because that's the best way to facilitate having a family and a career, in my opinion. So I had that experience, market crash, looking for plan B. I looked into school, and they were starting like in, I think, 2 or 3 weeks, and that's just how I decided things in life. I was just like, there, I'm done. So I went to school, and the rest is history.
That's great.
That's awesome. That's a great story.
Yeah.
So as an entrepreneur, you left a job that was like, you've got it, they're taking care of you.
Yeah.
How much business knowledge did you have? You said your husband was an entrepreneur. Was that one of the things that made it easy for you to make that step?
My whole past is what culminated into me having the guts to do it, because I grew up in a household, my dad was a union employee, so that was not in my family history. I married into a family where my father-in-law and I think 2 of his brothers were all self-employed. So when I married my husband, we first got married, he was a painting contractor, his whole family. So when we first got married, he worked for a company. Well, I saw how that was going, and I'm like, this is not how things should be. You should not be treated this way. Like, do I need to go get involved here? And he's like, no, I got it. I'm like, okay. So just watching him go through that experience, seeing because I know how hard he works, and I saw the hours he put in and what he got from it. I'm like, and I was scared to death of him being self-employed. That just, everybody has to get a paycheck and have insurance. That's how I grew up. But living it the other way and seeing how someone's treated in a not good circumstance. Like I said, I had a great circumstance and I was fine if that's how I wanted to live my life. But so we went through years of him transitioning and starting his business, and I was supportive through that. And that was when we just had our first child. She's 17 now. So just helping him go through that, and then us having children. We made it. We're surviving. We're gonna live. Sure. Tomorrow will come. And then going through my few years of great work and enjoying what I did. But then, like, I think it's my time. It's my time. The kids are older. If it's ever gonna happen, it needs to be now.
So you had real life experience.
Absolutely. I mean, and I helped him run his business.
Sure.
I helped him before he got a secretary. I helped him do all those things, So and it is easier with what I do. It's not as multifaceted as what he does. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of hit the ground with tires already on the pavement.
That's awesome.
I kind of knew a lot about how I wanted it to run.
So if you had one piece of advice for an entrepreneur, what is it?
My piece of advice would be probably just like I give people advice on marriage. Make your own story. Don't listen to anybody else's bad stuff. But you have to be willing to put in the work, just like a relationship. It does not happen overnight. You have to put in work, and your results are going to be based on the amount of effort you put in, not the amount of passion you have.
Awesome.
That's so true. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming out today.
Absolutely.
And thank you guys for watching another edition of the PowerHouse Podcast, where we build your brand through social strength. Peace.
See ya.
Travis Wilson here with PowerHouse Marketing. Really hope you all enjoyed that today and were able to benefit from it. Please, if you know someone out there, like a loved one or a good friend that could use this, please share it. Until next time, take care.